I'm Chris Slight, and in this video I'm going to be talking about a new report which KHL has produced in cooperation with Lectura, which is a specialist in price information for used equipment. The report we've produced looks at the European market for used tracked excavators between 2010 and 2014, and in compiling this report we've drawn in data from more than 50,000 excavators advertised for sale around the region. So this data comes from online marketplaces, auctions and so on. It's one specific route to market for selling used equipment. It's not the whole market, but we feel that a sample size of 50,000 machines is big enough to say something meaningful about the market. There's an executive report available in English and German which you can download for free from our InfoStore site and from Lectura's website, and the full report is also available to buy from those sites too. So what were some of the key findings? First of all, here's a simple look at the market. This graph shows the number of used excavators offered for sale in all European countries from 2010 to 2014, and it covers operating weights from 5.7 to 100 tonnes. So you can see the number of tracked excavators offered for sale has swung between the recent market low of 7,815 machines in 2010 to as high as 13,861 tracked excavators in 2013. And the total number of machines represented in this graph is more than 52,000. So this doesn't necessarily represent the entire European used excavator market, but it is a very large sample size, and we think this trend is probably indicative of wider trends in the used equipment industry. This graph looks at price trends. What it shows is the age of machines against the prices at which they're offered for sale as a percentage of their list price. So you can see that through this route that we're monitoring, even almost new machines tend to be offered at less than 50% of their list price. And this illustrates that there may be better routes to realising the full value of used equipment. Looking further down the depreciation curve, you can see that after about 7 years, excavators are offered for about a quarter of what they were new. And the curve is less steep for older machines. There's not really a great deal of difference between the price a 10-year-old tracked excavator is offered at or a 15-year-old tracked excavator. This graph shows the number of different models available in each weight category. So not the number of machines for sale or the volume of machines sold, but the number of individual models marketed in each weight category. So that gives an indication of the relative competition in each segment. And you can see that the most competitive area is clearly around the 8-tonne operating weight range. That's a class where tracked excavators are produced by both the compact excavator specialist as well as the long line producers, if you will, and those producing much heavier categories of machine. And there are further clusters around the 13 to 15 tonne operating weight range, the 20 to 25 tonne range, the 33 to 36 tonne range, and from about 43 to 50 tonnes. And again, those indicate the areas that are competitive in the market where there are lots of models available. And this slide looks at the European market broken down by country. First, and perhaps not surprisingly, Germany is the largest market. It accounted for more than a quarter of the excavators offered for sale between 2010 and 2014. And the top three markets, Germany, the UK and France, account for about half of the European total. The post-crisis decline in Spain means it's no longer one of what you might call the big five, with Germany, UK, France and Italy, and the Netherlands is now in fact one of the 5 largest markets instead. And this graph shows results from a total of 41 countries, so the segment labelled Others represents a total of 31 countries. So that tells you a little bit about what you can expect from the executive summary. The full 60-page report contains an awful lot more information. For example, you can look at depreciation trends, you can look at the 5 key markets, Germany, France, the UK, the Netherlands and Italy. You can look at an analysis of the leading brands, and you can also look at the market broken down by key weight classes. As I said, the executive summary is free to download from our information store site and from Lectura's site, and from there you can also buy the full report. Thanks very much for watching.